Welcome back to the Cross Up Podcast. I am your host once
Hiya.
again, Jeremy, joined as always alongside Daquan and Alan. Uh, we didn't get snow. Thank God. Appreciate it.
We
Oh,
did.
we did. My roads outside my house are still completely iced over, like my streets, and we had to go just to like a quick, like a basically like a convenience store nearby, just to get like batteries and things like that. So our AC, because it runs off of a little like device, like the thermostat, it's not like connected to the the whole system like through wires. It's wireless for some reason, and so the thermostat itself runs off of like AA batteries. And so we're out of batteries, and then we also need to replace the batteries in the smoke detectors. Like we have to go to the convenience store. Yeah, no, going out there, bro, I'm still sliding all over the place.
I told
Yeah.
Alan to keep it light, to keep it lighter. These people out here in the Houston area just buying everything for no reason, cleaning
That is
shelves
true.
for literally no reason. It's infuriating. But anyway, that's beside the point.
Beside the point.
Yeah, I didn't even work today, and then it's still up in the air if I work tomorrow.
Good luck
That's
out
fair.
there in Alaska.
True.
So High Guard came out today.
It did.
They did.
It did.
My first impressions is the gunplay feels good. The movie feels good. My only thing is, I didn't realize it was a 3v3 game, and now I'm like less interested because it's 3v3. I don't know why. Like I even had the same thought about Apex when it first came out. Like something about 3v3 games just don't sit well with me. I think maybe because I played a lot of Call of Duty back in the day, was like either like 6v6 or 5v5, something like that. But 3v3 just feels like a weird, doesn't feel good for first person. But I hear the point has different thoughts.
I do have different thoughts. I think he's completely wrong. I'm gonna be honest.
That's fine. That's fair.
No, he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Let me be wrong,
obviously. Yeah. Your opinion is your opinion, very well. But I'm just saying, I think it's interesting because it tackles it is a focus on spacing and decision making versus just the gunplay. I think when you're in a 6v6 or if you have like more at scale type of fights, it's more so who can land their shots versus who's making the better decisions in moment to moment. So for the 3v3, specifically in my experience, playing the game so far, which I actually probably will be playing this because I like it, except I don't like some of these abilities. It's weird. I get it, but the ability conversation, they probably should have just ripped more from Apex, but it's fine. I think when it comes down to trying to figure out where to get the shield breakers and stuff like that, that's where this type of this type of 3v3 pacing makes the most sense, because if you're singling people into one location, but at the same time you need resources for upgrading your equipment and getting your shields and stuff like that, it automatically has you thinking about where do I need to be relative to the shield breaker. But obviously you can't all be in the same place because there's only X amount of stuff you can mine and things like that, so it keeps you moving around. And I don't think the map is too big either. I've seen a lot of people make that statement, like the map is too big for this, that, and other. I do think those are the people who are so wired for moment-to-moment combat and action. They don't like the peace, and like the peace is the intensity as well.
I feel like that's me. Like I don't like the piece. I like to see moment to moment.
I like the piece. That's in my mind. It reminds me of like running from, like, you go get a quest, and I hate to bring this up, right? Like Skyrim. What am I talking about Skyrim for? It's like you go get a quest, and then it's quiet until you get to the location. That's what that reminds me of, because it's kind of chill.
Oh,
it's like,
no. In that kind of situation, that's not what my brain does. I don't actually mind when there's like more quieter moments when you're doing stuff. Like if you're just actively doing things and it's not just you sitting there, I think it's really good, especially if the map makes you get into the mindset of like, am I in the right place? Is my team getting pushed right now? Is like, are we at a disadvantage somewhere else? Or am I just completely in bumfuck nowhere griefing my team right now?
Yes.
So I like it because it makes it more intense. But it's also like some people, sorry to say this, some people aren't smart enough or bright enough to pick up on like what's the correct decision, And so just because they like, oh, but we need this resource, their brain automatically assumes that's the correct decision, despite where the enemy team is and where your team is.
Yep. That is the case. So for anybody thinking about High Guard, my recommendation is to do it. Do not think about it as a typical hero shooter like you would think of Overwatch. There's been a lot of comparisons as far as like the ability skew and stuff like that. I do think it's closer to something like League of Legends, which is weird to say, I guess, but I would put this game League of Legends, but a first person, because like in League, a bad decision for 2-3 seconds is going to change an entire pacing versus like in Overwatch, 2 people can go down and 4 people good enough can still continue the fight. They can literally just keep it going. So this is closer to like a proper like League of Legends, just first person scenario.
Just more personal responsibility.
Yeah, more personal responsibility. Just definitely give it a go. Take some time in the training to understand these character abilities. I'm gonna tell you, I got to a firefight and I did not use my character abilities a single time. I went through the entire match, and I think by the end of the match, I threw my little spear one time. That's it. Because it was not even in my brain of like, oh, I have abilities. So
you have gun, you shoot.
See,
it was some weirdo just sniping the entire time.
All problems, yeah.
See, that's my opposite, dude. I have abilities. I'm hitting that shit off cooldown, especially in a fight.
And there's only 2 abilities.
Right.
There's your like left bumper and then the ultimate. That's it. So like in my brain, I'm just like, why am I even using these? Like and in reality, you only got one ability because the ultimate's on cooldown the majority of the match. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Well,
anyway, give it a try.
When I get the time to con, we'll get some games in.
I'm still on the, I'll hit you with the. I'm still on the same board. Not interested, Deb.
Oh, I see. He'll play. He'll watch us and then be looking like it's time.
No,
it's time.
I'd rather go back to Marvel Rivals competitive.
The video tag would be he finally did it.
It'll say he'll finally did it, and then it's gonna be a short clip of me reporting Skyrim to get it off the Steam store.
Oh my god. Well, on the other topic of why we're here today, other than the goodness of High Guard, Anthem. We said goodbye to a dear old friend the other week.
Another live service game in the grave.
Not a dear old friend. I'm sorry.
This is a very interesting failure of a game.
Yeah.
It's a game that I feel that shouldn't have failed, but it did protect like tremendously.
So I'm trying to remember specifically because I remember when that game was coming out to release, they released that demo. People were hyped for it, but then the demo made them reconsider because it wasn't in the best state. And it was kind of generic and boring. And what I mean by generic, I meant like the gameplay loop. It wasn't super exciting. It wasn't anything crazy. Yep. And then something happened, and then it died. And I don't remember what happened before release.
What happened was they had no content.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
The biggest culprit of this, by the way, was the flight. So the flight had been taken in and out of the game multiple times, and
I remember
it wasn't until before that final E3 presentation. I can't remember if it was like within that same year, a few months before, that they actually were forced to keep it in. And then at that point, you're speed running a year of development because it was like a year before launch, right? So you're speeding a year of development where you're reconceptualizing combat, environments, everything to try to fit flight.
Wait, was that the E3 demo where there's like they had like a crazy like weather system?
Yeah.
Okay, that one was
that one.
Yeah.
So honestly, so there is a full. Is it like 3 hours, Jeremy? The developer.
It's like a 4 hour.
It's like 3 or 4 hour deep dive. Video. Yeah, was he the executive producer?
I think he was I think he was the creative director at the time.
He's important. His name is first on the list. But this was when they were doing Anthem next. So he wasn't the initial creative director. He's the one
that was like
after launch. Yeah, so after launch, then he joined. So everything after launch is what he was in charge of. This guy that did this full-on thing. but he was at the company, so he also knew what was going on at the same time. So, to the point of what he mentioned was a lot of mismanagement after Casey Hudson left, as well as weird directives while he was there. But outside of him, it's also the fact that like no one knew what they were making.
Yeah.
They
In the
just didn't
chat,
know.
in the chat, Daquan, I posted the bullet points from the video because there's a lot.
There's a lot. Okay.
I feel like you hear a lot about these games failing, and whether it's like a mismanagement, it's like the three big reasons, right? It's mismanagement, lack of direction, or like making something completely out of their depth. It's like I feel like that's the three big things that like causes these people to not have like, or essentially not have, not, I'm not gonna say not have. It's what makes them like not make a good game. Essentially, is what ends up happening.
Yeah.
And all three of those points happened to Anthem.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah, they all happened. The weirdest part to me, and this is still like my own personal like developer thought of why this game wasn't going to work, is that ultimately there's a conflict in why someone should care about the game. So I get like there's a bunch of points that they brought up around like the actual developmental stages of getting this game like from start to ship. But when you put someone in an Iron Man suit, because ultimately that's what this is. As much people want to say, it's a javelin. It's an Iron Man suit.
It's just a mech, yeah.
Yeah, you put somebody in an Iron Man suit and you make the focus guns. But at the same time, you're taking flight in and out. And then you're trying to do like rarities.
It's almost like the mechs were added, and it's like that was like the initial idea of what to go with as like what you're using as movement. Right. And then there was no common ground on anything else to try to make it work. To make it work, nothing else.
That was it.
Yeah.
That was it. And then like give them a gun. It's like, hold up. We
Whereas
have reference after reference for Iron Man,
and not just
ever picked up a blicky,
and not even
no.
You don't even have to just stick to just guns. You can do anything that has a mech suit related thing, as far as like cyberpunk, futuristic, or even like anime, anything like that. Like the guy who was supposed to be like the mage or sniper, you could have gone something super creative with how they use their weapon systems, and instead you're a guy in the air who shoots long range. That's it. That's what that was.
There's like a bullet point in the thing. He says somebody needs to make decisions. Nobody made decisions.
Nobody made decisions.
Nobody at all.
Nobody made decisions. Yeah. And the interesting part was originally it was supposed to be a survival game, which would have made Anthem successful. I don't care what this thing puts here. If you would have properly, and again, this is just me. For anyone watching this who wants to mimic Anthem, do this, you will make money. Okay? Do this, you'll make money. Do the survival concept. Right, the original idea of what Anthem was supposed to be, like this unforgiving world, it's a Bermuda Triangle situation. Everything's kind of sunk in here. That's why you can't fly too high. All this other stuff is going on. Keep that. Perfect point. Run it. Focus on the javelin. The javelin. Remove guns. You're in a suit.
No, you can have guns, but don't make it.
There's a reason. Okay. There's a reason I'm saying this. When you have the guns, that means the focus is no longer on you. There's a bullet point that the developer puts in here where it says, like, who owns this? Who controls the world? What is the conversation? It's you are trying to have a fantasy, right? This is a fantasy of Iron Man. And I keep saying Iron Man for a reason. The suit is humanoid. Like, if it was more of something like a Gundam, put a gun in there. It's part of the Gundam. Literally, nobody's running, like, unless you're that one Gundam with a sword. I can't remember his name, the annoying one. Because I played that Gundam PvP game. Whatever that annoying sword one is, right? Unless you're that guy with the sword or the hammer boy, makes sense to have a gun. Iron Man does not carry a gun because his suit is powerful. And in the customization of his suit, does the player then feel powerful?
Iron Man is the weapon.
Iron Man is the weapon. Literally, it's in the name, javelin. Your suit is the weapon. Like, the ultimate, where you got the little thing where it pops up and shoots all these rockets, that should be a regular action. That should be a regular ability that you can just do. Make the enemies more. Put more enemies out there. Make them in waves. You should be dumping fire from your suit, beaming people from your chest. Give people the Iron Man fantasy in a survival scenario. Make the rarity and like the the materials, like the lighter material can make you more like the javelin with more speed. You put more armor on yourself, then you're more like the Titan one. Like you have so many things that could have been
No,
done
see,
here.
because I agree.
And
My
just
thought process was you can, because I don't think the gun is the mistake. I think making it the main focus is the mistake. Now, if you were to go full survival crafter, go full into customizing the javelin, and if you want to go full war machine, put guns on both your arms and your shoulders, bro, go for it.
exactly. Then it's fine. At that
Yeah.
point,
Yeah.
make it an attachment. But
Yeah.
it should not be, oh, this is this gun, and now you're, because they're going to scale, and this is why I make this statement about the gun. They're going to scale the enemies off of your guns, not your abilities.
Not your abilities,
Because you're
yeah.
you're not running around looking for abilities. Now there are rarities in the abilities, which was weird to me. It's like, why do we have rarities in abilities, but then you also have rarities in these weapons? Which ones is more important? What should be fixed in my playstyle versus which is my decision? Those are the questions. Like, what is this? Like, oh, I need to go and chase this weapon, but I also need to go and randomly chase a better version of my ability that should just be inherent with this suit. Which one is this? So, like, the suit. How do you?
I do want to. I was gonna say this for the end, but I do want to give Bioware some flowers here.
They do get some.
I personally think the flying felt phenomenal in the game.
It did.
It felt good.
It felt
good.
It was really good.
It did.
And then the sound design was also very good.
Yep.
It was incredible. Everything else,
And the world was beautiful. It was actually,
except for one aspect. I hated the tower, the so-called tower first person.
oh yeah, the social space.
The social space.
I don't know.
See, I think that's also
would you put
part of the
me-
mistake. I think, again, if they would have stuck to the survival crafting aspect or survival,
Yeah.
you wouldn't have had that town. It would have been there. It would have
Why
been
would
the
you-
type of situation where you're trying to figure out what the fuck is wrong there. And so it's just
Yeah.
your javelin, and you start building. And then at that point, you can expand and then have your own town, which I think would have felt way more alive, bringing in survivors that either you encounter or get sent to from whoever's supporting you. Like, there's a lot that you could have done instead of having what is this tower?
Like,
Well-
why would you have me fly around this world at Mach 10 and then put me in this first person town at like 1 mile per hour?
That is true.
It was awful.
For the idea that they didn't want to talk about Destiny, for those that don't know Destiny lore, there was there's a time frame before they get to the last bastion, like the actual tower, right? There's a point before they put up the tower where there's a bunch of just like sparse camps, and folks are just in survival mode, and guardians have to go from camp to camp protecting people. And then eventually they get to the tower because they've built enough resources and that the tower is there. Anthem could have done this. You could have had the different camps. You got to go here to there, different resources you got to protect. Once you go on missions, you bring back stuff, and it might upgrade the areas. And then eventually, for like a updated chapter or for a new season or whatever that conversation is, we could have eventually got a tower, and you could have figured out that information as the game progressed. So many options, many options to make this work, and they said, "Nah,
And that point,
guns."
that point you just made is basically, he says, acknowledge your competitors. That's basically what they
Yeah.
didn't do.
They didn't do it.
They
Just
didn't do it.
do
I just want to
Like,
know who or how did it go from what I thought was, again, when it was originally concepted,
Mhm.
going to a mech suit survival game, to end up with what is essentially a weird single player / multiplayer looter shooter.
So the original thing, if I can remember from the video, was, and I don't want to put all this on Casey Hudson because obviously there's way more people involved in this.
Right.
But Casey Hudson is the salesman at this point. So Casey Hudson and others decide to come together and say, we are going to pitch to EA the ultimate game. We're going to take our legendary storytelling. We're going to take the player choice first. We're going to put together our ability structure, and we're going to monetize this to where it is a forever game where people can just play together. We got chapters, we got da-da-da. So they sold it as if they knew what they were going to make. So everything that we think that it was supposed to be to begin with, that's what they sold it as.
Yeah.
The problem comes down to, like I mentioned before, communication. Like, if that's what you sell it as, there needs to be a prime directive within development that is what you're doing. Like, anything that deviates from this is a no.
Pretty much.
But that
Like
wasn't the
it's
case.
just
There's a point in here that he made that says too much secrecy is bad.
Exactly.
Why on earth would you? I'm sorry. This is for any developer studio. Why on earth would you keep information to yourself and like to the people, but not share it to the other team?
like
People who actually
anyone's
people who
working on the
actually working
game.
on the game like at
Yeah.
real time.
So
That I don't understand.
There's two things I would say that would make sense for that. One is if you're talking about systems that are not ratified. So if you don't have ratified
That
systems,
I can understand.
and then the other one is if you have not locked in on budget for certain situations, then you might not want to do that in case it's going to like make some discourse or somebody's
See, but there's a difference between those things and them not knowing what they're making.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. That's what
Okay.
gets into that conversation because in the
Okay, yeah,
secrecy, you can't give out information you don't know. So, like, if you have like the top brass, the creative directors, the leads, and they're arguing for 2 years straight of what systems will be what do you tell the people who are paid to work on this game for the past 2 years? You got no idea. Like, what are you telling them?
Okay.
Hey, keep working on that flight system. It might be in the game. It might be there. Oh, we might do loot. Oh, we might have this enemy do all this stuff. A year later, okay, now we've ratified this. We're going to take this out. We're not having flight. So now change up everything you just did. Like if you have too much turnaround on what people can understand is going to be the directive, you're going to like lose morale. People are going to stop working as well. All this type of stuff. So they had a lot. And again, the amount of people working on Anthem is crazy as well. Like it's the entire main BioWare team.
I definitely been on teams where systems are like in place and then cut out of the blue for no reason.
And big ones too, not just like some small little vending machine, but like
big systems that will make or break a game. Yeah, like it makes no sense.
But here we are on one of the most expensive failures and to be fair, I would actually want to preface this. I'm not even going to say Anthem's a failure. Anthem had, I think, million plus players, right? Anthem made money. It did something. Was it financially successful based on what they spent? Probably not.
No.
Was it a forever experience? No. Is it getting shut down? It just did. So maybe it did stick around. I'm not gonna say it's a complete failure because, like Jeremy mentioned, there was stuff in there that were great. Also, systems that they put together in Anthem, which is about the disjointedness of this product, some of it was used in Veilguard. Like in Dragon Age Veilguard, like in developers, if I'm wrong, please come back and message me. My information will be somewhere at some point so we can talk about this. But from what I remember from hearing and seeing about the Dragon Age Veilguard is that the combo structure comes from Anthem. The priming, the detonating, like the mixture of stuff, a lot of the stuff that was used in Anthem was then used over in Veilguard, which means there was coherency in some of their designs. So for anybody that's doing this, anybody that's ever making something like Anthem, anybody, which at this point, I don't know, just whatever. But whoever's doing this, if you have a core loop and you have like a unique selling point, hold on to the thing and just stick with it. It'll be fine. Especially if you got money, it'll be fine. Just make it and demo the thing. Demos are free. God. They are free on Steam. Demo this thing.
We hammer this home so many times.
Demo,
please.
Maybe not on PlayStation.
Need it every time. Oh my God.
Xbox, they're friendly. You can go to Xbox and demo it. Don't talk to Sony.
This
Look,
guy.
Wherever you can demo it, okay? Just put it somewhere. Just put it somewhere. Because Anthem, bro, I'll be honest. If Anthem was demoed at 2 different points in his lifetime, I think that product would be alive right now. It would still be running if they demoed it twice. It would, and I don't mean like some weird little stress test, but like a proper demo.
Like I wonder what their user research was like.
It probably didn't exist.
Like I don't like
the user research is probably top brass.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I don't think he covered that in the video at all. If I remember.
He did, but each time I think he brought it up, it was specifically about showing the higher ups, or like the money people, the product, which is funny because most people will sit down and make the statement of like, oh, people with the money, they don't really understand the game. They don't. I'm like, no, but they do understand what is like cool, fun. So if they saw this product and said like, where's what you told us? how as a developer do you not sit down and say like, oh, they've said this like 3 times. Maybe we just do what we originally said we were going to do.
Yeah. So
I'm trying not to laugh because it's
speaking
sad, but like, yeah.
speaking of that point, he made a point here that says don't share numbers. Apparently, there's supposed to be 6 javelins and not 4 at the time.
There were.
Somebody in the telephone line was like,
Mhm.
6 javelins? And they were like, no, only 4. 6 javelins, right? And he was like, 6 javelins. So they had to combine javelins together to make it feel
To
like
make
6.
the 4 and then also do like the classing structure of them, or that's what they prep to do the classing of them.
Yeah.
But even then, it's just
Like, could you imagine for Borderlands if I say there are gonna be six
six vault hunters, and then
Right.
there's only 4.
Right.
Yeah.
They would be talking
Oh
about
wait,
a different
the answer is
conversation.
DLC. The answer is DLC.
Answer is DLC?
DLC, everybody. Which actually, that's what they said that Anthem was supposed to have at some point, was more javelins in DLC. But even though, if I'm correct, that was a lie as well, because there was no information about that.
You talking about the road? No, not like the robot?
Yeah, the Anthem next stuff. Yeah, they're supposed to be releasing new javelins. The overall though, because I did play Anthem, I did the story mode twice, and I did get to quote unquote in game with the Ranger, which was my favorite class.
Yep.
I also played the Stormbreaker or Stormcaller, whatever the thing name is. And then I played the Colossus. I didn't like the Interceptor because it was just weird and it took too long to unlock javelins.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just a weird class. I'm like, I don't know. It was just weird. The unlocking process for javelins is dumb. I'm just gonna put that out there. Should have never done that. Should never have done that. Javelin should have been a purchase base, and that's it. You build up enough coin, you can go and get your javelin from a very specific location. You can get all of them within the first chapter of missions if you want to.
I don't remember how you bought javelins. How you
It's the
got
levels. So you had to get to a certain level, and then it
right.
lets you unlock one javelin. So throughout the entirety of you progressing, you can get to the end of the story and only have unlocked 3 javelins.
That's right. Well, I only use Rangers, so
And-
it didn't matter.
Yeah, the Ranger was fire. I'm sorry, I like the Ranger. The Ranger is where it's at. The story itself, yeah, it happened. Like it wasn't bad, it wasn't good. It just happened.
It was not the future of storytelling. I can tell you that.
It wasn't. The voice acting was good though. I think the actual, you know, what are those performances were done well.
Mhm.
It's just again because of all the other things plaguing the development process for the studio or these studios, it just God. And also, I played before they fixed that tomb nonsense. That thing where you got you got to a certain point in the story and it is pretty much looking like go do 3,000 quest fetch quest and then come back. I don't even remember what that thing is called, but it's like the mission of the tomb or the tomb missions. Oh my God. And I did it twice. I'm telling you right now, I did it twice. I did it twice. I was so pissed off, but it's fine. I enjoyed the flight. The flight brought me back every time. The flight brought me back, so that's all it was. The flight. Overall, I would give Anthem a 6 out of 10. The flight is 5 out of 6 of the 6. I'm telling you right now, the flight is 5.
I was gonna say I don't even deserve that much. That's crazy.
The 5, and then the other one is the potential plus atmosphere. I think if they would have stuck in the idea of survival and kept the flight and just made the focus on the suits, like we mentioned, make them like a roadie if you want, like put massive turrets on your shoulders or put some rocket launchers on you and you're just going off, cool deal. But like so much potential, so many options, could have been great and just fumbled.
Let me ask you this. He in the video he was talking about Metacritic scores, trying to get to I think what 80 or 90 Metacritic scores.
Yeah.
What's the point of that? Like why think about Metacritic when you just make the game?
So there are incentives to some studios depending on your scores. Mm-hmm. So, and it's not for like the normal developer. Like it's not going to be for your I'm gonna call them ground level developers, right? Like the ones that are like your level designers, your artists. This one's more for your management or for your directors, because it will show like a clear vision, which is funny, right? Because they didn't have one. So it would show clear vision, clear focus, and track record if you can maintain a specific Metacritic score, or IGN score for your product, so that when you go up to the next one, then it's guaranteed each time. So you go and
Not
say
the.
like, oh,
I was gonna say, not to mention, to the average gamer, whether they like to admit it or not, they put a lot on those Metacritic scores.
they do.
And a lot of the times,
do.
they won't even pick it up if it's below an 85 or an 80.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I don't blame them. I do not blame them.
Hey,
I'm gonna be honest.
with how expensive some of these games are, I don't necessarily blame them, but I mean, I would do a little more research than just Metacritic.
Don't get me wrong. I definitely, like, in my experience, I definitely been in meetings where people want to get like higher scores, but I never seen it like front facing. Like the way he put it.
I mainly make the joke when I say like it's not even a joke. I say that I think it's okay for people to like just not even look at it done for 80, because for the conversation of demos, like back in the 2000s, like earlier 2000s, when we were all like kids, we were able to walk up and play a demo of a game before the thing came out. And we have way more technology now to just be like, there's a demo of the game coming out at this point and we hyped it up and the game releases next year, here you go. So if we're at 2026 and you can't demo your game and it comes out and people review it under 80% and people don't buy it, you have all the tools. You have all the access. You have the largest QA on the that has ever been existed anywhere. You have the largest one. Anyone who can touch your game. So if you don't do it,
I mean, because back then, even in the late 90s, you had kiosks at Walmart, so you could literally just walk up, play the most popular game. GameStop they used to have games just ready to go, usually to play. Not to mention magazines like Game Informer, Nintendo Power. I don't know about Nintendo Power, but like Game Informer and a couple other ones like the PC Magazine. They used to have demo discs. Games that were pretty good, but not like, top sellers, would sometimes bundle demo discs of an upcoming game to help it sell a little bit more. Like, it's insane to me that we don't even get a demo through Steam now.
No. I mean, they just choose to do it. And now it's just early access. It's like, no, there's a difference between like you have a product and a vision and you want to see how that vision goes with people, and you just want to work on your game without any type of responsibility. Because that's what the live, what's that thing called? The early access nonsense is at this point. It's like, oh, we're just doing stuff. You're paying us to work on this. Like, no, that's different from a demo. Those things are completely different. So
yes, they are.
Yeah. But overall, Anthem is a sad story. Any developers out there, again, trying to replicate this? Honestly, I would love the IP. If I could get this, I would get it and fix that thing in less than a year. I would fix that in less than a year. Just saying. But I doubt they're going to give it to me for like $100. That'd be
that won't happen.
Imagine $100. $100 right now.
They're just gonna they're just gonna lock that away and never see the light of day.
Like all their IPs.
Like all their IPs. Like all of them.
Yeah. Until there's nothing but Madden and FIFA left.
Oh my goodness. Until they mix them. Until it's Madden FIFA or FIFA Madden. It's gonna be great.
No, it's not FIFA anymore. It's Madden FC now.
Sorry, FC.
Oh yeah,
EA FC. Right. That's right.
You're right. Well, imagine if they do like a Call of Duty thing where they have a Call of Duty HQ. It's just like a EA Sports HQ, and then it's just Madden and FIFA in like the same product.
No, and you have to remember 2K. So we're about to get Madden FC 2K27 next year. Just you wait.
Oh my god.
Maybe. But yes,
those ball and gun gamers gonna be going crazy.
Right.
They will.
And then they're gonna see fucking Cristiano Ronaldo pop up with the blicky as he fucking slides across the field, dude.
I think he's in Call of Duty, isn't
he? He's in Fatal Fury. I don't know. I don't know if he's in Call of Duty.
I think he is. There are soccer players in.
I don't think so.
Messi is in.
Messi. I think it's Messi. Okay, it's Messi. Yeah. That's fair. You got anything else on Anthem?
I mean, that's all you guys pretty much. I'm just here vibing. Because I'll be honest,
my last point.
It's a cool game, and I liked it for what it was at the time. But I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even know it was still around. So when I heard it got shut down, I was like, "Damn, that shit's still up." Sucks to be
Wow.
them. And that was it. Like, that's as far as that goes. Like, don't get me wrong, it's wasted potential, and I wish it could have been better. But I'm not that surprised or that sad about it leaving.
That's fair. That's fair.
Especially with how hard the fumbled final product is, and as a normal consumer that actually has to spend money on these games, that's what I care about. Not the wasted potential or the work that could have gone into it. It's what we got when the game came out. And so, goodbye, Anthem. Probably will never see you again.
You probably won't. My last 2 points that he make here is the need of real testing.
Yes.
QA is still the unsung hero of the industry.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy how many studios don't use it well.
It's a prime example of what's happening with Anthem. It's just crazy. Like, I think in the video he mentioned that some QA testers had to like keep the game like playing or running to do like multiple playthroughs or something like that. I don't remember the exact context of it. Do you remember, Daquan?
I remember hearing about that QA part. I think I was kind of more just. It's a lot of information.
It is a lot of information. That's the understatement. The other point is crunch for passion, not panic. Oh my God, please. Yeah. I'm not for crunch at all. But if you're going to crunch, don't panic about it. Like, actually want to do it.
Yeah.
You know.
That is true. And I think cool thing here as well, and these are like my 2 final things for this, is one of them is you don't have enough content. That is true for so many games. That is just crazy. And like, people don't really think about the loop. It's like, when you make a loop and something that someone should be doing, you have to ensure that that loop can be repeated without you sitting down saying like, let me try to build repetitive content that you can kind of copy and paste it in. But more so, if we expand where you're doing this, does it make sense? Because if you have such a closed loop of just point and shoot, you can't just point and shoot. Like, that is a decent, that's like the basics of any like shooter, point and shoot. But in Anthem's scenario, it's a bunch of point and shooting, and it's just point and shoot while standing here. Point and shoot while like floating here to eventually stand here. I think they were all pretty much just control points.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, the entirety of Anthem is control point. It's a big game of control point while you're shooting at something. That's it. It's like there's not enough content here. There's not enough content. There's not.
You defend, you attack. You might carry something at the time, and that's it.
And that's it. Like, it's. And the big boy, the really big one, especially for these multiplayer games, is your economies need betas. You as a developer, we as developers, do not know more than the player. We don't. We understand more than the player because we're building the thing. They know more because you're building it for them. So, who's going to know how much an iron ingot should be worth more than the consumer? I don't like. Think about that. For anybody making a live service, think about that. That's all I'm gonna say. Actually, not even just live service. Just think about that. If you don't know the answer, think about that. That's it. How much should an iron ingot be worth? That's
and who is this game for?
And who's the game for?
Like, what was it? Consider your audience. Like, who is this for?
Consider your audience.
Is this for the Mass Effect fans? Is it for the Bio? Is it for the Dragon Age fans? Is it for the Destiny?
The Skyrim fans?
Oh my God, this guy, he has to fit Skyrim everywhere. Anyway,
the answer is always the Skyrim fans. I'm telling you right now, they're everywhere. They're everywhere.
Yeah, him and all the voices. They're everywhere. They're everywhere.
Randy Orton. Thinking about his theme music.
Oh my God. But still, like, if you're gonna make a game, who are you making it for? Answer that. If you can't answer that question, you probably should rethink the game.
Rethink the game. Definitely rethink the game. But yeah, this is supposed to be like one of our shorter videos for everyone kind of seeing this, and it might be a little bit more like faster on here. So this is one of our more shorter ones. Hopefully next vid, I actually am going to be playing a lot more of High Guard, so I'm gonna try to have more information. I'm gonna try to have some video footage for that for the next conversation too, for like the podcast. But farewell to Anthem, boys. Farewell to Anthem.
I can't.
You
say
won't be missed.
One out for it, so I
miss it already. I'm not gonna lie. I miss it.
When was the last time you booted it up?
Yes, about 2 weeks ago.
I want to say it was in November.
No, before you
I
found
had it-
out it was
yeah.
shutting down before that. When was the last time
No,
you booted
yeah.
it up before
even-
that?
even
like
before then.
last year.
Yeah, even before then, I played Anthem multiple times throughout the year because I was actually looking and trying to understand their like environment design and also how they were handling the flight structure. Like I was actually just doing that. It's just interesting to me.
He's technically
So-
working. The rest of us that never touched it, I never went back.
It was fun. It was also fun.
No,
it
I
went off and
definitely
dived
had
in.
times like when I thought about Anthem and like just all right, let me just fly around for like 5 minutes.
Exactly.
And then
Definitely.
flying around for 5 minutes. Great. Fantastic time still. Everything else, yeah, you can do with that.
Yeah. Pretty much.
All
Well,
right.
I think that's all, folks. Thank you for tuning in on this day. We will have another one on the Friday after you see this one.
It depends when this one goes up.
Yeah.
Depends when this one goes up. They're right. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I don't know what order we're uploading them, so we'll be real. This could be the first one of the week or the second one. Who knows? We'll find out.
Who knows? We'll find out. Yep.
All right. See you guys later.
Peace out.
Bye.